Hey everybody, it's Cory Daniels. Welcome to Iron Horse Studios. Neat idea. I thought I'd take you guys on a walkthrough, show you the equipment I use and the process I use every week to bring you the Cory Daniels Music Hour and this great music that we all love. So I'm not a tech genius, I'm just a singer-songwriter. So stick with me, I'll do my best to sort everything out and explain everything to you guys. So hold tight and we'll be right back. Okay, well, maybe first and foremost, the most important piece of equipment in the studio is my funny bone and best friend here, Mr. Oreo Cookie. You want to help with the show? Yeah? You want to help? Okay, let's talk to people and tell them what we got. What do you think? All right, let's start with the basic. The main two pieces of equipment I use for editing, broadcasting, finalizing, and uploading all the information of the show. A lot of the music I receive from bands is in the form of a CD. So, in order to extract that music from a CD and turn it into an MP3 file, I use an old Asus laptop with a CD-ROM, which I then email to myself in an MP3 format and upload onto the show. The main editing, broadcasting, finalizing, and uploading and production of the show is all done on my Apple iMac, which I use programs like OBS, iMovie, Studio Pro, GarageBand, and other programs like that. You can actually get very good results from a simple desktop or laptop without spending tens of thousands of dollars on some Hollywood special effects studio program or computer program that you really don't need for YouTube, especially when you're doing a show of this level that's done purely out of a love for a certain category or a certain thing. All right. Now let me show you one of the most important pieces of equipment in this studio, something I cannot live without. It is my secretary, it is my interview camera, it is my go-to when talking to people, receiving information, or just finding out everything I need to know for the show. It's a simple Galaxy phone. This thing is my secretary, my answering service, my mailbox, my storage device, my audio recording for interviews. I do so much with this little thing, it's hard to believe it's literally not attached to my body. Okay, now let's talk about the co-host of the show that everybody sees but nobody pays any attention to. This is my Monaco dynamic microphone. This is my main microphone when I am narrating the podcast. It is a nice, smooth-sounding microphone that needs very little adjustment in post-production. It is compact, it looks good, and it blends in around me, and nobody even notices it's there unless I punch it or hit it or knock it around during the show. So, Monaco dynamic microphone. Now, secondary microphone, a Monaco condenser mic. Condenser meaning it must have phantom power. I use this for a secondary microphone if I have somebody in the studio doing an interview or if I need to record an instrument. Because it is XLR, it has great sound quality when it comes to recording instruments. But, as I said, it requires phantom power, so I must run it through a audio interface. Now, this was the first one I bought. I used it twice and said, no, I'm buying something else. It had some neat little effects in here where you could get like gunshots and things like that, but I really did not enjoy it, for one, because if you turn on the phantom power, it shuts off the second channel. Secondly, there is no low impedance or XLR jack on it. It is all regular straight jack, and it just really limited what I could do with it, and the only way to hear it was through a headphone. So I upgraded to the Behringer. This is a multi-channel audio interface that has XLR, high and low impedance, has a headphone jack, phantom power. Each one has its own controller gain, including the headphone volume. And if you use phantom power on this, it does not shut off the other channel. The downside is its old XLR outs or USB-B, or what guys like me would call a printer cable. But it has worked pretty good so far. I am going to be upgrading this to a 6-channel or larger in the future. Okay, now let's talk about the biggest pain in my butt, cameras. Now I use a multi-camera setup, which means I have to have a special program, and for me I use Cinemaker. Why? Because it's free. So let me demonstrate this for a second. This is camera 2. This is camera 1. This is camera 2. Now, the problem with this is you have to keep moving the microphone. You have to keep swinging your body. You have to keep doing all kinds of things. Now, I'm a cheapskate, and this camera is I got it off of Amazon for $50. The bad thing is it does a lousy job of recording live music venues or outdoor type stuff, even with an external plug-in microphone. So at the end of the day, the one piece of equipment I cannot skimp on is the camera, which I am going to have to upgrade and spend some cash on. This camera that you're looking at right here is, believe it or not, is actually the Wi-Fi camera that came on the Mac. It takes a great inside photo, allows me a lot of adjustments, focusing, volume, color changes, all that stuff, and I didn't have to pay any extra for it. But in this job, you get what you pay for, and you have to have more than one. So one of the main problems, as you can hear, is the fluctuation and pegging or redlining of the video from time to time, because you have to readjust the mic and reset everything every time you switch cameras. Okay, last thing I'm going to talk about here is the lighting. Now, when you have a situation like mine where you're bald and everything reflects off your head, you cannot go wrong by investing in a few really nice lights. They make you look better, they make the whole video look better, and nobody wants to sit around and watch a grainy, nasty video. That being said, the main rule is people will forgive a bad video. They will not forgive bad audio. So, invest in a good mic, invest in some lights, get a decent camera, and you'll be good to go. Yes, that wraps it up. I'm sorry if I wasn't as technical as some people might like. I don't have the specs of everything laying around written down. I'm not a tech guy. I'm just a musician who loves the music. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking a walk through of Iron Horse Studios. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you on Friday when the new episode comes out. God bless you.